In Luke's testimony, Jesus Christ tells a parable about an unjust steward. He said what an unjust steward is like. There was a rich man who had a steward in his household. But someone accused this steward of wasting money, wasting his master's possessions. So the master became very angry and called the steward to him and said to him, "You steward, I have heard that you are wasting my possessions. I've decided to remove you from being my steward. But before you stop being my steward, you must give a full account of all the accounts under your management before I dismiss you." So when the steward heard that his master, the owner, was going to dismiss him, the steward became worried and thought to himself, "I'm being fired by my boss. What shall I do? After I leave this job, I won't have any work to do. If I go begging, I'd lose face and couldn't bear it. It would be so shameful. If I go farming, I don't have the strength for it." Then the steward thought, I've got it. I know. A good plan. When I'm dismissed from my master's house and no longer serve as steward, people will still welcome me into their homes. So the steward called in everyone who owed his master debts. All of them came. He asked the first one, "Friend, how much do you owe my master?" The man answered, "I owe your master 100 measures of wheat." The steward said, "Bring me your promissory note. Here is your note. All right, tear up this note and write a new one. Writing 50 bags will be fine." Then the steward asked the second man, "And how much do you owe?" He replied, 100 measures, 100 jars of olive oil." After finding the promissory note, the steward said, "This is the debt acknowledgement. The note you wrote earlier. Tear it up. Don't write 100 jars of olive oil anymore. Just write 80 jars." In this way, the steward altered all the debt records of those who owed his master, reducing every large debt to a smaller amount and tearing up the original notes. When the master found out, he didn't harshly scold the steward, but instead said, "This steward is very shrewd." He praised the steward's cleverness. So, was this steward really clever? His cleverness lay in this. After losing his position and no longer serving as steward, people would still receive him into their homes. Yet, Jesus said the people of this world are more shrewd in dealing with their own kind than the people of the light. They fail to use worldly wealth wisely to serve God, or to use unrighteous wealth to serve the Lord, so that when money becomes useless, they may be welcomed into eternal dwellings by the Father and the Lord. This is the mystery the Lord Christ taught. The mystery is this: we should imitate this unjust steward and use the wealth we possess to serve God. For this steward brought benefit to all those who owed his master. Everyone who owed the master ended up repaying less. Thus, when he left his master's house, he could go live in the homes of those debtors, because now the debtor says, "Steward, you showed kindness to me. I originally owed 100 bags of wheat. You only asked me to repay 50 bags. Then he'll repay 50 fewer bags. You've been so kind to me. Then please stay in my house for a while." Then another person also said, "Oh, steward, show kindness to me too. I once owed you 100 barrels of olive oil. You only asked me to repay 80 jars. I only paid back 20 barrels less. Those 20 jars were your kindness to me. Now you're no longer a steward. I will show kindness to you as well." Thus, the steward got the chance to go stay with those who previously owed debts to his master. So the steward knew how to use unrighteous wealth to make friends for himself. Let those friends take over the household and go to their homes. So do we know how to handle the wealth of Satan's world? To serve God? Use to serve God and the Lord, so that when this satanic world perishes, the Father in heaven and the Lord will welcome us to dwell in the kingdom of heaven forever. May brothers and sisters open your ears. Amen.